fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am pretty excited for this video because I'm going to be doing a first impression on the SauceBox Cosmetics Secret Garden palette. This showed up on my Instagram feed. I thought it was beautiful. I've always wanted to try SauceBox, so I just bought it right away. I didn't even realize it was a pre-order, so I ended up waiting like 2 months for this palette. And now looking at it in person, I'm like, I definitely could live without this palette. I don't know. I mean, I think the color scheme is really pretty, and I'm really excited to try SauceBox for the first time, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, why did I buy this? But at the same time, there are some beautiful shades in here, like this really light purple speaking to me. The purple, this shade looked more plum online, and it looks like a pretty deep brown. I think if this shade was a deep purple, that would have really sold it for me, because that would make this like the perfect purple quad. And then you've got the shades over here, which is just like a really bright blue, a bright orange, a deeper orangey red, and then the only shimmery shade in the palette is right here, and it just looks like a nice white inner corner highlighter type shade or something along those lines. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. I already primed my eyelids with the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5, although they do look pretty dry right now, and I think it's just because my skin is dry. It's starting to turn into winter, which is always fun. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with this like really pale, kind of like light mauve shade first on a fluffy brush. Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of kickback in the pan. It looks pretty soft. And then I'm just going to throw that in my crease. So that's just like a really light mauve transition shade. I could see this working for like the warmer tones in the palette as well. So I guess it's nice that it's in there, but it doesn't really excite me or anything. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of this light purple shade right here. Just going to pick a little bit up. I'm really hoping this purple is good because I just love a light lavender. Ooh. Ooh, that's really pigmented. Okay. That is blending really easily, and it's very pigmented. So far, I really like the way this is going. I'm going to go ahead and go into this purple right here. Just going to take a little bit of that, put it on my outer V. Okay. Looks pretty soft. It's blending easily. I'm going to add some more. Alright, so after kind of playing with that for a moment, I feel like it's definitely not the most amazing pigmented purple I've ever used. As in, it's not staying very vibrant. It's blending good, and it's partially blending away, but it doesn't like leave like a place with just skin. Like, it's not leaving blank spots, but it's not staying like super purple, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'm having to go back and forth a lot, but it does look really pretty. Just like the light purple and this purple combined. Just gonna take my previous brush and just blend. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little touch of this brown shade right here. Just a little tap. And I'm gonna put that on the outer V just to deepen it up a little bit. Man, I really wish that shade was a plum. Alright, I'm going to go back over that with a little bit more of the purple. Just kind of blending them together, making it look less brown, more purple. I kind of really just want to do like a matte eye and go back in with this purple shade right here. Let me pick up. I'm not sure which kind of brush is going to work the best. I'm just going to try like a more like natural haired brush and pick up some of that purple. And I'm just gonna put that. I feel like this is the best test for how good a matte is to put it all over the lid and see like, does it show up nicely? Is it like one shade all over? Does it get patchy? Because I've had a lot of matte shades I've tried where I can use them in my crease, but then when I go to use them on my lid, they don't look good at all. And I like to be able to do any kind of look with my shades, so that's actually looking really pretty. Kind of completely here for this purple. I'm taking it up a little bit higher than I normally would because I'm just kind of blend it into the crease a little bit. So I'm going in with my big fluffy brush and just gonna blend the edges. So I really love how it's looking so far. I think I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do the rest of my face off camera, and I'll be right back to finish up the lower lash line. So here we go. I think I want to use 2 different shades in the palette actually on my cheeks real quick. So I'm going to start off with this like really light mauve shade. I don't think this would work for many skin tones as a blush, but I just figured I would use it just on the tops of my cheekbones. Just adds like a nice natural flush to the cheeks. Blend it in a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this lighter metallic shade right here and use that as my highlighter. No, you can kind of tell this isn't like very intense. It looks like it might have just a touch of like glitter in it, which I don't mind glitter as long as it's an intense highlighter. So there's what that would look like if you have it on your cheekbone. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go in with something else. I'm going to take my See Me From Space highlighter palette from Level X Beauty, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Heliocentric. Now to finish up the eyes, I'm going to go into this orange shade right here on the Sigma E36. And I'm going to kind of keep this on the outer part of my under eye and just kind of put it right here. Just kind of doing like a really soft blur. That looks pretty pigmented. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this deeper orange right here on a small little pencil brush, Morphe M149. And I'm going to do that really close to my lower lash line. Again, looks pretty pigmented. Just gonna go back with my little blending brush and just make sure that all looks okay. Alright, and now because I want to use every shade in the palette today, I'm gonna go ahead and take this blue right here on a different little pencil brush. Just gonna pick some up, and I'm gonna put that on the inner part of my eye right here. I'm gonna be really careful. I want it to be very pigmented on the inner part, but I'm just going to kind of tap it to the orange. I don't want to blend them because they're just going to turn brown. Okay, this blue is really intense, or this teal I should call it. Alright, last but not least for the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take this shimmery shade right here on a little pencil brush. Just going to try using it dry first, although being that it is the only shimmer shade, I'm kind of disappointed that it's very like sheer. I mean, it looks okay right there, but it just, personally I prefer an intense inner corner highlighter, so I wish there was more to this one. Like I said, because it is the only shimmer in this palette. If you wanted to go in with it on your lid or anything really, it's just very sheer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some more. And I'm going to spray my brush. I mean, I guess that helped a little bit, but I just don't see myself reaching for that shade at all. I'm going to go ahead and add the Ardency Inliner in the shade Turquoise to my waterline, just because I feel like this will look really cool with this look. I'm going to add some quick mascara. Alright, just to finish up lips real quick, I'm going to go in with the Gerard Cosmetics Lip Pencil and Hydro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Nude. This is such a beautiful nude, but this liquid lipstick seriously smells like straight up Play-Doh. From first impression, I do like this palette, but I wouldn't say that it's perfect. I would probably give it a B+ or a B-. I really like the packaging. I love that it's cruelty-free and vegan. It has like a nice little mirror inside. It folds all the way back. The packaging is nice. I think the actual shades in here are actually all pretty nice. I I still think this would be beautiful if it was a little bit more purple, but I think that you can get it to look purple when using all the purples, and you could also use it to be brown using the other colors. I could see how it would work to make, you know, a variety of looks. I think the most disappointing shade in this palette is definitely the shimmer right here. I just feel like it's a little bit lackluster, and if you're going to have a lackluster shimmer, you may as well just do an all matte palette. I feel very strongly about this because I love inner corner highlighters. That's the shade I use every day no matter what. So if you're going to put a light shade in the palette, I just wish that it was metallic or a duochrome or something other than just a sheer, like, nothing special kind of color. I wish that it had been a matte shade. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe like a matte green, like an olivey green or a matte yellow, just something that would go with these colors and do more than just like a lackluster shimmer. The other shade I'm a little bit disappointed by is this purple here. I think that it looks beautiful and you can kind of get it to show up, but I just wish that it was more impactful when you put it on the eyes. I feel like it blends away a little bit, so it's definitely not my favorite purple. I think my favorite shade in the palette so far is definitely this light purple right here. This is so beautiful, like all over the lid, and I feel like I just love shades like this, like a light beautiful baby purple, and I feel like you barely ever find a really good one in a palette. So I think that's probably my favorite thing in this palette, and I feel like I'm definitely going to keep reaching for it and trying the different shades. And I like the color story because I feel like a lot of palettes I look at it and I'm like immediately like I know exactly what I want to do, and I can kind of fall into the rut of doing like the same thing. But I feel like this one kind of makes me want to think a little bit more and think like, what can I do that, you know, what combinations can I do with these colors and do something more out of the box. So I'm excited about it. I think that so far I do like the formula, but I still have to keep playing with it, obviously, because this is just a first impression and it is my first time using SauceBox. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.